What's up, people? Here is your girl, Judy Powers. Welcome to the Powers Show. Today, I have a very amazing guest, director Gatonye. Aki, he has directed Kina, Borderline on Showmax, and Stick on Netflix. You will agree with me by the end of this interview that he's a very, very creative guy. So, welcome. Wow, Gatonye.
Mm-hmm.
I brought you, by the way, a gift.
What's
Can you
this?
open it, please?
What's this? Nice one.
Yeah. Tell
Because,
us about your hair.
My hair, it's lovely. Come from a family with very beautiful hair. My son has the best hair I've ever seen. Yeah, and so I decided I'd leave my hair before it starts falling off. Because most of my classmates have airports right there, airstrips.
Who is Mr. Gatonye?
Ati Mr.
Okay, Director Gatonye ni nani?
I'm a director, I'm a creative, I'm an actor who left the screen and stage and is highly depressed about it.
Wow. So you are actually acting?
Yes, that was my start point. That was my start point of performance from primary school level, and it was just the class setup of performing. I grew up in South B, was born in Isili. And of course, you become a hard head and what, so they looked for the hard heads so that they could use their minds for something better. They put us in a play.
Wow. So, tuambie, kulienda je ukaamua kukua we ni filmmaker and not an engineer ama mtu wa nduthi?
Oh, zile za when I grow up,
Yeah.
I always wanted to be in the army. Yes, because my mom was one of the earliest ladies in army in Africa when it was called Kenya Army. So I think growing up that way, I've always wanted to be in the army, but she would never let me.
So does it mean that your mother was always your favorite person?
Of course, your mom is a favorite person, but my dad was cool, man. He was a mechanical engineer, Kenya Railways. In fact, yesterday was slightly tough and sweet. October the 23rd is when he passed on 6 years ago. Yeah, but he was a good guy. He's the backbone of what I do.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you have to go through some challenges maybe when you were growing up?
Well, challenges are challenges. I lived normal. My folks did really well. They worked really hard. Proud of them. I'm thankful. I think if you say challenges, they're common challenges. I spent most of my time in a year up country. So when I came to Nairobi, I couldn't speak English really well. Until later years, I would mix English with Kikuyu, and it was, of course, utachekelewa, you'll be bullied. Yeah. I don't know, I remember once, there's a guy who bullied me and I told him, one day I'll have a big family, and he won't touch me. So, yeah, it was good. I had a beautiful family.
Wow. I understand you are married or you are in marriage.
I have married.
You have married.
These three are very different.
Wow. And you have kids?
Yes, I have children. Kids are children of goats.
Wow. Okay, I'm dealing with the director today, but it's fine. Abu, tell us a little bit of the story of how you met your spouse. You
wouldn't believe it. In town, old school. Old school, I met her, I said hi, she thought I was a thief or a con. Because
of your hair?
No. I used to have afros then, but this is really recent, it's like 3 years recent. Yeah, so I said hi, and of course it was odd. Then she is a journalist and she did an interview on me, yes.
Wow.
Yes, and half the interview was like, God damn.
I like this lady.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Wow, and now your marriage has lasted for how long?
13 years. Is it 13? It's the age of my daughter, so it's 12 years.
So as a director, how would you deal with an actor or a crew member that refuses to comply with the directions?
Well, maybe you check why they're refusing. You check the context. Maybe you're explaining it bad, or maybe what they're doing is a bit close to life.
Yeah.
There are many reasons. By and large, the job of an actor, by the way, is to accept instructions by nature. But then you sit and talk about it. Also, the job of a director is not to tell people what to do. It's a bad misconception. The job of a director is to make sure everyone's work looks good at the end of the day. So if it's sound, then you give them the platform for the sound to sound good. If it's picture, that way. You're the one who sees, you're the first audience.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of giving.
You have been working with celebrities and maybe upcoming artists. What is your experience with celebrities on set?
Celebrities are celebrities. They need time sometimes. They're sensitive because of what they're setting up, especially now that tukona story online and people want to keep a certain thing and identity, which is good because that's a business.
Yeah, true.
And it's respectable.
Wow. What is your experience with amateurs?
Amateurs are beautiful people because they do not have preconceived notions. They don't have, it should be done this way. They don't have, I have done it before. So if you couch them well and you give them the space to breathe, make mistakes, take time, all that, you most of the time get better results.
Yeah. Sawa. Na kulingana na kudirect, I think it's a very rigorous job. What keeps you motivated all the time?
I think my children do. They're my biggest fans. They literally fight for my trophies when I come home after I win an award. And it stays with them for a while. It's theirs and they feel they own what I do. I don't delay by any one of them to follow me. I don't. They can be whatever they want to be.
But that means you have not nurtured any of your kid to become an artist.
My second born, he loves camera. He is a focus puller. Wow. He wants to be the youngest stuntman, so he looks up to Luanda Jawar. He idolizes him. He'll follow what Luanda is working on. So let him go. So expose him. He's the one who's always wanting to come on set. Wow. My daughter is an artist. She draws. She's extremely intelligent.
So what is the toughest aspects of making film?
My God.
In today's life.
It's not an easy job. There are obvious tough things. Finance. Yeah. People. Dealing with people is not easy. People come from a background which they may be in control of or not. Yeah. May be aware of or not. And you always have to remember that. Because you always have to be the bigger person. Because you're the one who remains with the footage when everyone else gets the next job and goes on holiday. So dealing with people, that's an art and a half. Directing is also tough because everyone seems to think they can do it until they do it.
I think I can do it.
No, but I always find, especially people who buy equipment, and I'm not cheating on anyone, but people buy equipment and decide, I already have the camera, I'm going to save money and I will direct also. Yeah. Then they realize, why isn't it working? Then they go to school. They spend so much money. Then they try it again. Yeah. It doesn't work because it's a soul job. It's a soul job. It's most of the directors I follow really had to do it first before they went to school. And that's the same thing I did.
You have mentioned something to do with soul job. Tell more about that.
It's a depth of work. A director is, I always say a director is like a mother, the same way a producer is like a father. Yeah. And you touch base. You've got to work with people, not equipment. Yeah. You've got to look people in the eye and find out, so I want this performance, what am I going to do with this person to get the performance? Yeah. It's not written in a book. Point one, how to get performance. No. You've got to work with this person that you have in this space. So you have to have the skill. You have to be able to read. You have to be, for someone to like open up to you, you have to open up. You've got to do it first. Yeah. So that's why I mean it's a soul job, it's not mechanical, and that's why I love it. Because every time, every day, every scene, every second, something new is happening.
Yeah, and what if you're trying to coach this person to deliver the role and the person is not getting it? Unaweza fanya ni unaweza mwambia rudi home? Have you done that?
Yeah, I've done that. I'm guilty of all things directors are guilty of. Yeah. Yes, I have a phrase for that. It's called when the devil walks on set and nothing works. However, sometimes the devil is kind of cool. You can use that moment to turn around, also learn a bit more about yourself. Yeah. So how will I choose to deal with this? And again, people are unique to their context and their moment in life. So if it doesn't work today, maybe tomorrow it will. Yeah. And even if it doesn't work tomorrow, maybe it will. And even if it doesn't work, that's fine.
Let's go back to your soul. Yeah, what is the darkest thing about your soul?
I really am not, I think I'm by far very chilled. Life has taught me in a tough way. I can be absolutely emotionless. And I have an unusual control over my emotions. Very unusual. And it offends people who are close. But I literally am so self-aware, I can look at you and choose how to react. And sometimes it's like playing with people's minds, but I usually go, aha, you did that so that I can react this way. Okay, I'll do this. Wow. Let's deal. Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a bad thing. I wouldn't want to deal with someone like me.
Yeah, true. And what is the smartest part of yourself?
The what?
The good part of yourself.
I think I'm a stickler for just genuine people. Because they are genuine people, and because of the way the world now works, it's about gain. What am I profiting out of this? It's affecting all our relationships, all our decisions, how we even plant food. It's about gain. That's why we have spiritless food.
How do you get your directing jobs? Because
I get flack from my wife because of that. That I should do more marketing. When you work with people never forget what you made them feel. And it doesn't mean that you should please people, but it just means that a business strategy is people should never forget how it felt when you worked with them. Yeah. And people will get you the job. In my culture, we say money is people. And people is money. So if you want money, deal well with people. So I have absolutely no skills in pitching. Of course, I naturally pitch and I get a job. But if you tell me to go for an interview, I am pathetic.
But I think that is making me also, because I'm really pathetic in auditioning for roles.
Me too, as an actor. I'll do the worst audition, but when I get on set, I'll rock it.
And what is the worst project?
I'm laughing because I know what
have you yeah, please. Yeah, what is your worst project have you done so far?
There are so many. I watch my work after a long time and I go, oh, yeah. But it's in trying to get your identity, so you make mistakes.
Can you tell us more about your achievements? What was the best achievement in your life so far?
Oh, when it's always sweet. But when we were in high school, in our last year, we were extremely spoiled. because we and the school had always gone to national schools. At that point, Highway Secondary, if you saw the play, you would say, so Highway and Nairobi School will go to nationals, even before anything is performed. And when we were in the last year of high school, our teacher had to get a job because they were young, they were looking for work, so they weren't able to come. And we went for the first performance, and we bombed. We were number 4. We bombed so much, it was historic. 15 years. We bombed all through the entire play. And we were out there crying, number 4. We barely made it. And you know what? I think the legacy saved us because they just sneaked us in to see whether we'll sort of die. And when we went back, of course, emotions, what, you've let us down, you've destroyed our legacy, you feel like hell, and you're young.
Which school did you go to?
Highway.
Highway.
It's in South B. We went back, we put together ourselves, and there was a nun who she asked, boys, do you want help? She came with a tracksuit and whatever. And she helped us do the play, and we worked so hard that when we performed, they wrote winning play, and they never scored the play. There was no one who was going to come close to what we did.
Wow, what was the play about?
Imperfections. It was a story of a man who wanted a child and couldn't get one. So they forced a woman in a laboratory to get pregnant so that they could get a child who's not connected to his curse. It was a very deep play for high school, but it was about a country that could not produce excellence, and so it was siphoning excellence from its own people. It was about taxation.
Wow.
At that age.
Imagine.
At that age.
That's where you started being creative, honestly.
I will always remember imperfections.
But don't you think 40 stick is one of your achievements?
Yes, I love 40 sticks. Faki, the whole team, Lucas, lovely team. Sense Play was a production company. It was people coming together with common minds, and they decided to do a project. Yeah. And I was humbled to be picked. Tosh Gitonga recommended me for that.
But what is the feeling of perfecting everything, making people stars, where you are not recognized, like, directors ama watu wenye wako behind cameras, hatuwajui?
Ni sawa. It's a complex that you build over time. You enjoy seeing people go up there and they win. There's a love you have for that. It's also comfortable. No one cares who you are. Yeah. Yes. No, until they know, then they... So it's nice. And that's why I left my hair. Because you walk into a room and no one takes you seriously. And so the stakes are lower.
So your hair is part of artistic image.
I'm playing all of you. So it's nice. So no one really listens to you, so you can make mistakes before your presentation.
What is your biggest dream?
My biggest dream is for me to have an identity in what I do globally. Wow. And is, the way we keep saying Coppola, we say Tarantino, I want that. I want a style. I want a camera style to be called after me. Yeah. I want that. I want it selfishly.
Wow. But you are a writer also. So where do you see yourself in 5 years to come as a writer?
Whoever sees themselves in 5 years. Who came up with that question?
Me, I think I have seen myself in 5 years.
You have?
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Imagine it's funny because the life I'm living now, I dreamt of it 5 years ago.
Awesome.
When I was still in high school.
Awesome, yes. Of course, I have hopes. In 5 years, or not 5, what I work hard for is never to need a client.
Yeah.
In the sense that I want to be free to just tell a story. just that, and just to tell it venye naiona, because that's why I am me. So, and it's selfish. Directing is selfish.
Yeah.
I don't know why people want us to be kind. You should do it this way because it's not. It's selfish. There's a Russian director who did a film, 3 hours, one shot. It bombed like hell. It bombed like hell. But he made a name. He died with a legacy. And men leave legacy to their children. That's the best thing you can ever leave to your children. It's legacy. My dad left legacy.
So guys, thank you for watching my show. Remember, the Powers Show is a word of inspiration always. So we love you so much. Please keep subscribing. If you want us to take your portraits, okay, you can always call this number. Until next time, what is the final word?
Feels nice. Simple. Do something, do it your own way, and have the guts to like it. Simple. 3 things.